We've actually got two Cagiva Gran Canyons on the bike.
Well, that was there earlier.
So before I was so rudely interrupted, I was saying how there are two Cagiva Gran Canyons on the bike shed fleet, my daily hack and Ross's race bike. So Ross, for the uninitiated, explain to them what a Cagiva Gran Canyon is.
Well, firstly, Cagiva, it's not Cagiva or anything like that, it's Cagiva. The name comes from the Castiglione family. Giovanni is the son, and then Varese is the place where the factory's based in northern Italy, so Cagiva.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you do now.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so this was the precursor to the Multistrada, post Elephant, which was a really great bike. They produced this, which, let's face it, it's really fucking ugly.
It is.
Sorry to be rude about your bike, but it's not a pretty motorcycle.
It's a daily. I bought it because of the engine. I had a Monster 900, which was my bike that I wanted, but it was far too small for me. So I wanted something with the 900 Ducati engine. Oh, it's still hot. And the twin filler caps made me very happy as well.
Yeah, I do love those.
A tall Monster 900 engine was the theory for me.
And wife goes on the back.
Yeah, comfy as hell. But you have one of these exactly the same.
I did. I had a one in dog knob red. I didn't have the fancy black like you've got. I put luggage racks on it, big aluminium panniers, everything but the kitchen sink, and rode around Europe for 18 months.
Oh,
Went back to the factory a couple of times in Varese. Met Giovanni.
Did you?
Yeah, he told me about the Cagiva name, where it came from.
Good.
So that's how I was initiated. Yeah, and had a great time touring around. Clocked up 15,000 kilometres, 10,000 miles, whatever it was. Brilliant bike. Really enjoyed it.
This is that bike?
This is what's underneath one of those. So some scrope tried to steal my one, broke all the steering lock and everything, so I thought what better thing to do than turn it into a Dirt Quake racer. So I took all of the plastic stuff off that you've got there, and then thought I'd do a quick BMW GS tank over the top, stick a seat on and go and do Dirt Quake. But I got completely carried away, watched some Shinya Kimura videos and thought, that looked really interesting, I'll make an aluminium thing. And this is what I've ended up with.
So where did you start?
I started off, hopefully camera down, you can stick some pictures in of all the cardboard mock-ups I've made and plaster of Paris stuff and all the rest of it. I then ordered just a big sheet of aluminium, got some snips out and started trimming away. I actually sort of copied Red Max did a Norton, do you remember from show 1 or 2?
Oh, the Swindler.
Yeah, the green thing.
Yeah,
so I sort of I copied the shape of that slightly, so thanks for that, Steve. Formed this tank cover, just sort of bending it over my knees and trying to get the shape right. But the fuel tank itself is underneath. This is just a dummy.
Right.
I'll show you that if you like. Take these bits.
Is this the key?
That's the key. Torx bit.
This is a Torx bit. This isn't the key.
I'm not quite sure which number. That's the cap. So I designed it to come apart in case of an accident. So the fuel cap actually holds the tank on itself. Well, it's not a tank, it's a fuel cell.
A fuel cell.
Yeah, so it's the first hybrid flat tracker.
What's all the numbers written on here?
So these are for your grid position. So the race 24, front row, grid slot 2.
And these are from the UK Dirt Track Series?
Yeah, so I raced this last couple of years in the Hooligan Championship.
Yeah.
I think I'm not quite sure what happened last year. I think I got 3rd overall, but it never got announced. And this year it did get 3rd. So it's been a pretty good bike to ride. And it was competitive until the Indians turned up. Well, don't show people my gash welding, Christ. Show the nice side. So the reason I built this bike, well, apart from the Dirt Quake aspect, was I wanted to learn how to weld, how to fabricate. I've never welded aluminium before, so initially I made this tank section, gaffer taped it all together, well, masking taped it all together, gave it to a welder, but unfortunately, fucking twat left all of the masking tape inside, so it's got baffle plates to stop fuel surge and a collector pot, so he left all the masking tape inside. Then when it got hot, the masking tape melted, dropped down, sat in the collector and blew the pump.
And that was what went wrong at Dirt Quake 1.
Yeah, there's a picture for your camera down of I think you were helping me out that day trying to make it work. So that was 2014. 2014. So I got it working in 2015. I had to cut a big hole in the tank to fish the bit to tape out, and I thought, well, while I'm there, I'll stick a battery in. So I've got this anti-gravity lithium battery.
And was this was the first welding you did?
This bit here is the first bit of welding I tacked on this bike, so it's pretty hit and miss and a bit crap, but I then practiced loads underneath there, blew holes in it all over the place, and then because I thought this sort of sub 5 litres wasn't quite enough capacity, I'll do a reserve tank. Not quite sure what I was thinking. I'm going to do like the Indy Mile or something. So there's another 4 litres in there.
Tank.
Yeah. So again, there's baffle plates running all the way through the little slots to prevent surge, and that's the filler there.
And this charring here from the
that's sort of exhaust, flames and exhaust and
flames
stuff.
and exhaust and fuel.
Yeah, but it hasn't set fire yet.
Cool.
it's been, and again, this is a recent modification because again, this was designed with 2 tiny little M4s here. So if I do crash, they just snap off. The Velcro comes away, and I don't have to remake this. But that's got a bit loose, so I've had to run a bit of an upgrade. And
the pipes, you made the pipes? I don't have those pipes on mine.
No, you don't have these. Well, you do. You've got the same as this. The header is the same.
Yeah.
This is actually a new one from the eBay because Dimitri Kost bent my original one. Thanks, Dimitri. But I made this rear section and I made these silencers.
It's bloody loud.
It is bloody loud. Again, this was my first go at stainless steel welding, so viewers don't take the piss too much. And this new lock wire holds it all together because since it all got bent at Hell's Race this year, it flaps around a bit. So that's just to keep
this
it secure.
subframe, you made this too?
Yeah, I did. This
is lovely. I like this.
This is stainless steel. This is when I was using a bit of space at CRC, Will Allen's place. He persuaded me to squidge the ends of this stainless steel tube and set that in, but I do hate the bloke because he said, why don't you put this little 15-degree kink in here just to make it look nice? But that made making the aluminium battery box an absolute nightmare to fit because I wanted to do it without any visual bracketry or fixing. So that's hidden with little tabs in there and a plate under here. But ECU,
has that got all the electrics?
Yeah,
right.
it's a real dog's dinner, and there's lecky spaghetti everywhere. And the ECU is kind of just wedged in. And frankly, I'm amazed it's done 2 seasons of racing. I thought we'd do the first race and pack up. So it's done pretty well.
Positively reliable.
It is. It's probably one of my most reliable bikes.
This is the standard swing arm, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've got this.
Stock swing arm.
What happened here?
That was actually when I was on my trip. I got a bit enthusiastic. Doing some green laning with the boxes on, did a little jump and it wedged down on the racks.
Splendid.
And then pinged back up again a few hours later.
Man,
So it's been a really, really fun tool, but major problem with it is there's not enough steering lock.
Steering lock.
So
can you take any off the
many
locks?
crashes. No, I've already gone as far as it will go, and on the tap here you'll see that, before a few races I've either gone at it with a hammer or just smashed the stanchions into it, trying to get a bit more, but that's basically been the cause of most of my accidents on it. Highsides, yeah. And hence the name, the Highsider. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to race it again. Frankly, trying to keep up with the Indians is pretty impossible.
They're rapid, aren't they?
They are rapid. I mean, they've probably got 40% more horsepower. And this is still running stock suspension that you've got, although probably got a bit more damping than you, because it's broken.
My rear shock's a bit collapsed.
Yeah, stock
standard
forks.
motor.
It's all completely standard. Obviously, this is where the airbox lives, so that's gone. So I've just got Ram Air socks on there, which are sort of wedged in there, and they're a bit over choked, but it does the job, and it's kept most of the
Runs
crap
good.
out. The motor has been absolutely fantastic. Anyone out there who moans about Italian bikes and electric, particularly Ducatis, fuck off. This has been the most reliable bike I've ever had. I had one reg go on it, but that was my own fault for concentrating on, when I was going on my trip, making some exhaust fit rather than checking the wiring out. But it's, as I say, most reliable bike I've ever had. Bought it in 2009 off eBay, stuck it in the back of a car.
Yeah.
I think I'll picture that down, actually.
It's amazing.
I've never done nothing to it. I've done belts. I've never done valve clearances. It's had oil changes. That's it.
It's amazing
fantastic.
how that tiny live little bike lives underneath all of this. So, anything we haven't covered? The wheels are standard?
Yeah, stock wheels, so 17 at the back, 19 at the front. The
nice gold ones.
Yeah, anodized gold. They look really nice, don't they?
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a Highsider now, I think it's K73. And for anyone out there who's moaning that I've got it on the wrong way round, it is on the wrong way round, but this side is cooked. So I flipped it to have half a chance of keeping up with the Indians at Peterborough.
You only need one side then?
Exactly, only need one side.
Shock?
Stock shock, I've never even twisted a thing on it. I never knew what they did, so I've just left it as it is and it's been fine. But your one's buggered, isn't it?
My one is peed all over the floor. It's completely collapsed.
All the damping's gone. So I don't know what settings this is on for your next one, but you've upgraded them. You've got a fancy one.
I've got an extra tall one.
A tall one?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Where'd you get that
for heavy people, Hagen.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So, yeah, that'd be good. Clutch?
Not done anything to that apart from just stick a couple of washers behind. It sounds great, but it also stops it getting too hot. Yeah, so say buying 150 quid or whatever they are, cover or drilling a cover, just a couple of cheap washers in there, cheap fix.
I love this bit.
That
vicious.
It's over engineering.
Right.
I was panicking, as I did with the fuel, panicking that things wouldn't be right. I was trying to get some air to the rear cylinder, so I made this air scoop that's also a throttle mechanism protector.
Cool.
It took fucking hours, as everything did on this bike. Everything took me far too long. Quick break fuel connectors. I thought I was going to be entering some AMA championship or something, but it was all good fun.
And of course, no front brake.
No front brake. That's not allowed in flat tracking. There is a rear, but that never really worked from the day I got it.
This is a bit twisty.
Yeah, actually, that was at least round here, and I thought that was my race over at Hell's Race, and sort of no chance of getting it back. Jamie Courtney, one of the guys I raced with, got a ratchet strap around there, around the fork leg, and just kept going. I looked away, thought there's no way aluminium's going to make it back. It was genuinely, it was back here, got it all the way back, and yeah, perfect.
So, and this is great, hardcore. Opposed to the big plastic lump on the standard one.
Yeah, that I thought was a necessity. If nothing else, these don't have a centre stand, so when you want to change a sprocket or a tyre or something like that, you can just find a log and whack that on.
Yeah.
Good things. And don't forget to change the belts on yours.
No, the belts need doing.
It's really easy. Anyone out there who struggles with the concept of doing Ducati belts, it's so simple. The covers are right here, everything comes off, just plugs out, you get a socket on this side, turn the engine over, plop the new belts on, and then you've heard about the Allen key trick, haven't you?
Yeah, when you run it around the...
Yeah, you get there's the tensioner there, and the belt runs behind it, and you do a 5mm and a 6mm, I think, and you just
double check.
You just try and flick the Allen key between the belt and the tensioner, and it should feel stiff. It should just pop through, and you have it a bit of a bigger gap at the back cylinder, because this one runs a bit hotter.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously everyone needs a nice
an air scoop.
Yeah. The Cagiva guys obviously missed that one out in the R&D side of things.
Should we stick the tank back on and make it look pretty again?
Yeah, we need to get this back in your shop. So all in all, it's rough and ready, and it's a bit of a bodge, but it was a learning curve. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was stressful. I think I spent 6 straight weekends sleeping on the workshop floor at Will's CRC workshop to get it done. Most of that was sort of seat time, just staring, working out how planning, and not having anyone there to sort of bounce things off. It is really difficult, but I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out.
It's a great thing.
I'm going to retire it now because it's just got a massive crash written all over it, and I'm bored of hospital. So I don't know where I'm going to put it. Maybe in your shop.
Probably.
Retire it to your shop. Maybe up here somewhere.
Yeah. Noise test.
Yeah, let's listen to your one.
Standard pipes. It's not bad. Go on then.
Yeah, a bit louder.
A bit louder.
You broke my mic.